Where's Michael? Oh, I gotta lift it up then. Stand by. Stand by. Little technical difficulty, people. As always, a Chris the Cop stream always has to have technical difficulties. By the way, yeah. There. Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, you want to make it a box? We can make it a box. Oh, I know how to do it. I'm getting better at this. Watch. Look at it. Side by side, you think? I can make it bigger. No, I can make it bigger. There we go. See? Stand by. We have the technology. We have the technology now. Stand by. Right. Hey, I think that works right there, Fox, don't you? Yeah, I think that works awesome. All right. There we go. Let me lock that into place so it can't move on us. Side by side. Only Cops is saying side by side. All right. Hello, everybody. I don't even know where to begin right now. It's been so long for me for 2 weeks of not doing Coffee with the Cop. But anyways, hello, everybody. This is Chris the Cop. Another episode of Coffee with the Cop. It's actually transitioned now with Coffee with Cops, which is really awesome because it's actually nice to have a fellow Leo in here. Today, my brother Michael is here with me, as you guys can see. And as you guys know, Michael works in North Carolina. Enough said on that. Congrats actually to Michael as well, because Michael is currently in K9 school. He's completed his first of 6 weeks. And he has a long road ahead of him, but that is a pretty cool thing that he is already having opportunity of doing other things other than patrol, because while patrol is fun, he's going to be getting a resource and a tool that's going to augment patrol services big time, because having a dog is just I know me as an officer, when a dog was there, it just felt a little bit safer. A lot of other resources too, because you're able to find bad guys that otherwise we wouldn't find. And then eventually, well, I'll ask him. But anyway, so thanks again, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hopefully be here for a minimum. We're going to be here for an hour. As you guys know, I'm having my cup of coffee, whatever you're drinking. Well, before I get ready for, I got to be on duty later on this afternoon. So we only could go so long. But I'm going to let Michael go ahead and introduce himself. Tell us a little about what's going on, because some of you may not know, but of Michael. But Michael has played co-op with SWAT Theory and SternalJet, so that's how we all kind of got together. So I'll let Michael go ahead and take it away.
In the state of North Carolina for the last 2 years, I'm, as Chris said, in the middle of K9 training. By the way, Chris,
hold on.
Happy 25 years. That's a feat. And,
Thank you. I'm sorry. I was just making sure your volume was up.
It's working now.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, I was making sure you were good.
Yeah, happy 25 years, because I'm still looking at that hurdle and going, oh my god, I'm gonna make it there. And what you said, 30 years of paramedic?
Yeah, today's actually my official 30th year as a paramedic as well.
Oh wow!
Ooh, congrats!
Yeah, congratulations. I'm also extending the congratulations from Only Cops as well. You know, they have to rely on North Carolina for something, and I'm going to eat that up every chance I get. But
hey, so our brothers at Only Cops said, yeah, that's already too much North Carolina talk. Those guys, man, I love those guys. Those guys are so awesome. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give a shout out to Only Cops. You guys, their link is already in the stream. Those guys are flipping awesome. Bill and Josh, I just co-opted with them a couple of days, or actually Josh and I co-opted a couple of days ago. It has been pretty neat. I'll be honest with you, from joining, having SternalJet join, having SWAT Theory join, Only Cops, and now Michael. It is actually really neat. To me, the channel has really just evolved in the last month of these guys joining and us just having a great time. So yeah, no worries. So I definitely appreciate it. So I'm going to say hi to a couple of people before we get started that have joining us. So right now we have Puffed Pigeon. Thank you. Knox, Saber, Caitlin, the Power 333, Talib, Counter Claus, Ellison. We got obviously Fox, the second in command in here.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries, man. No worries, brother. Saber, one of my other trusted mods, is here. Alexandra. It looks like we have. I know it's Russian, but I'm just gonna say it looks like it's Hunta. I'm doing very well. Yuki, my SWAT nemesis is here. Only Cops. Thanks, brothers. You guys make it a box. I like it. Let's see here. I wish. Let's see. Talib, Max is here. Thank you for those congratulations, Tommy. Bean is here, and yeah, so that's kind of cool. So Fox actually came up with a good idea. Sometimes when we're doing the Now Coffee with Cops, I don't have the opportunity to read all of the comments that are there coming up. I'm just kind of curious. How come oh, there they are. I was just saying, where are the comments in the page there? There they are. All right, so there's a couple questions that I'm going to answer that came up last time that I didn't get a chance to, and Fox had thrown them out there. So here's one of the questions. Fox just threw them out there right now. It's from Badge L194 Saber. What do you guys recommend to teen that is trying to become a cop? That's a really good question. So how do you balance your life as a teenager when you know you want to be a police officer? And that is really, really tough, because I'm a firm believer that a teenager needs to have fun. But as a teenager, you also have to make smart decisions for yourself. One of the number one areas, because when I was a training manager at the police department, I was in charge of police recruitment. Part of that was doing background investigations. So I have a lot of experience with background investigations, especially too. My department recently pulled me back, and I offered to do background investigations again. So I'm actually now on my 5th background investigation. So I could tell you right now the do's and don'ts of what you should do. So you got to make smart decisions. You know, I know that in a lot of states here in the United States, and I know in other countries, so let's not talk about other countries because I know what it takes to be a police officer there. But in states, I know marijuana is legal. You still got to stay away from it. You got to make smarter decisions for yourself. It's even like alcohol being legal for 21. Well, a lot of younger adults under the age of 21 will drink alcohol and they'll drive. And these are the things that they have to admit that they did during their background investigation. And the more negatives you have, the more it's going to be that you're not going to be able to become a police officer. That's that part, making smart decisions. The second one is where you don't get yourself physically in shape and ready for the academy. The academy is pretty grueling, and I always tell people this: if you want to have a baseline of what kind of physical shape you should be in, you should at least be able to do about anywhere between 40 to 50 push-ups at one time. You should be able to do at least 10 to 15 pull-ups at one time. You should be able to do about 100 sit-ups at one time, and you should be able to run at least 3 miles at basically between an 8 to 9 minute pace. That's the baseline. If you could get better than that, then you'll be better off. So you have to physically get yourself into shape. And last but not least is just keep going to school. If you graduate high school, go to college, either a junior college or a 4-year college. Don't really focus on criminal justice. I would take some criminal justice classes, but you should really get a degree in something else because, like for me, my bachelor's is in criminal justice management. My master's is in public administration, and I'm getting a doctoral degree in public administration as well, with the emphasis on criminal justice. So I've kind of steered away from the criminal justice route because it's just better for you. So there is a long version to that short question. I'm also going to look at chat from time to time. Let's see here. Yep. Michael's still not back yet, so that's okay. Let's see here. Hey, Chris, my heartfelt congratulations from Max. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Hello, Tommy. How's it going? Tommy. This is why we make them check the doors at ready or not, right? Chris, what special forces vehicles do you like? So here's the thing. I don't know too much about special forces vehicles. What I do have a lot of information about is the Lenko Bearcat. The Lenko Bearcat was built for civilian law enforcement operations. It has become the go-to vehicle for SWAT operations here in the United States, and the vehicle was built so well that the U.S. military has now adopted the Bearcat. The Bearcat is an awesome vehicle. It gets the mission done. It could take 50 caliber rounds if someone's shooting at it. There's a lot of cool things about that vehicle, but I like the Lenko Bearcat. You can drive it fast. So because of the way it's been built, but it is a great vehicle. What's going on, Ribeye? Hey, Allison. Let's see here. Maxine, congratulations, Chris, for 25 years being a police officer, 30 years being a paramedic. Thank you very much. Kind of weird. I never really put the two and two together until just a couple of days ago when I was talking to Fox. And I'm like, holy shit. It's not only my anniversary of being a cop, it's my anniversary of being a paramedic. I don't know how that worked out, but it sure did. So it's really neat. Cole Tuong Ba, first time visit. Great love with respect for Vietnam. Thank you very much for joining me from Vietnam. I really definitely much appreciate it. And let's see here. So let's go back and ask, let's see here. Bark Octane asked, I believe in one of your Gameology videos you said you were EMT in Huntington Park area. I lived there. I have lived here my whole life. What was it like back in the day compared to now? Do you interact with HPPT? So Huntington Park PD, I'll just give a shout out to Bark Octane. It was an awesome experience. We used to call Huntington Park HP. That was the acronym for it. Well, we used to call it the House of Pain, HP, House of Pain. And the reason why is when you worked your 24-hour shift there, you were never going to go to bed. It was so busy. I went on so many stabbings and shootings there, it was not even funny. Transporting patients all the time to King Drew Hospital, it was phenomenal. Now, as far as working, I did interact with Huntington Park PD when I was there. But as a matter of fact, one of their officers, I'm just going to say, I'm not going to give his name out because that would be unfair of me, transferred over to my department, and he works, with us. He's now a detective. So yes, I do know, I do know a person who no longer works there. They're a tax staff at the academy, but yes. So there you go on that. We'll go ahead and answer Frost's question. My question may be a bit generic. I know maybe this question has been asked a lot, but how does it feel to be a SWAT officer, and what does it take to be one? Well, it feels awesome to be a SWAT officer, especially when you're in your full kit, your uniform kit. It's freaking awesome, especially when you go places and people are looking at you like, holy shit, there's the best of the best. So as you can see with my smile, yes, fond memories of my 22 years on SWAT, and I think it's freaking awesome. What does it take to be one? It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of perseverance and a lot of training, and you just have to have the fortitude. It's just not all about muscle, that type of stuff, because we have SWAT operators that are, we have all shapes and sizes because the mission takes all shapes and sizes. So when you see these movies and you see these television shows of SWAT operators and they're all these big dudes, I eat raw meat. Nah, that's not the case. So you need different people for different missions. It goes on to ask, is it something that I have to ask myself since I was a child due to my admiration for SWAT? And the truth is one day I'd like to be a part of SWAT. Then you have to train. You definitely have to train. All right, before we lose our chat on here, I'm going to see what other questions we do have here. Let's see here. Only Cop says, get that cardio in. Absolutely. Rocky Johnson. Hello, Chris Cop. Sir, first off, I want to say thank you for your service and sacrifice, man. And this, I believe, my second time watching your stream as well. Well, thank you, Rocky, for joining us. Jason, so in the police force, are the age brackets of when promotions can be given or expected to be given? There's nothing to do with age. You have to be 21 to be a police officer in the United States. But beyond that, depending on this, your age does not matter in regards to your rank. If you're qualified and the position's there, then so be it. Looks like Michael joined us again. So, hey, Mike, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. So let me see. Poofy Dragon asked, didn't SWAT used to use ice cream trucks before in the old days? I think they did more of the delivery style vehicles, but I think we really have evolved now that we have actual vehicles that are made for civilian law enforcement. Michael, what are you guys using out there for SWAT vehicles in North Carolina?
Well, they have a Bearcat.
Oh, there you go, guys. Bearcat, see?
We got a Bearcat, some Humvees, a Deuce and a half, although the Humvees also get used. They're kind of dual purpose. They're used by SWAT, and they're used when we have like a hurricane or something come through. They'll have patrol officers drive them around.
Okay, so there you go. The Bearcat. The Lenco Bearcat has become the premier vehicle here in the United States, and a lot of other countries are adopting it. I know when I went there to inspect ours that was being built, they had hundreds of orders for all over the world. So that's kind of that right there.
Big bang.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's see here. What else do we got here? Excuse me, guys. Hey, Chris, are you familiar with the upcoming movie titled Ambulance? And if so, have you heard of a situation like that playing out in reality? No, it's Michael Bay. Okay, so you got to remember Michael Bay.
Oh, God, yeah.
Michael Bay, I love his movies. Don't get me wrong. I love Michael Bay movies. Armageddon is probably one of my favorite Michael Bay movies. He is a awesome director. I mean, the stuff that he brings to the big screen is awesome. But it's so unrealistic. It's not even funny. It's not even a shred of it being real. And yes, I've seen the trailer. I'm interested to see it from both aspects. I'm interested to see it from the tactical aspect. I'm also interested to see it from the paramedic aspect, because here's the one thing that I will say as a paramedic. Nobody has ever got being an EMT or a paramedic right, as far as I'm concerned. I have seen a ton of television shows and movies where they'll have the EMTs or the paramedics there. They never, ever get it right. The one time I was on set on a Showtime series, I was there because they wanted a real paramedic because one of the actors was going to go into cardiac arrest. We were allowed to do our thing, which I thought was going to be awesome on camera, because to me, this was going to be one of the first times that I actually got to pretend to be doing the CPR and the paramedic stuff on camera. Unfortunately, they cut my scene out. So, but I just wish that more directors would just give the EMT paramedic world a little bit more credit, or a little bit more like due. They owe them a little bit, just to get their that occupation right. So, Michael, what do you think about the upcoming show?
I haven't heard much about it. I'm just gonna kind of watch it and see what happens. But,
right.
If I don't see an EMT or paramedic covered in someone's vomit within like the first episode, I don't know.
Yeah, I know. All right, so Poofy Pigeon asked this question. Might be a rather strange question per se, but here it goes. I was looking at different old SWAT loadouts, 80s and 90s. I was wondering what rifle was used more often or makes more sense in the old school style of SWAT loadouts, the M16, carbine, commando. All right, so here's the thing. We evolved. When SWAT first was developed, or SWAT teams were, let's just say, I think SWAT was first utilized, that name was first utilized. Now there's going to be some, if officers across the United States are watching this, they're going to definitely be like, no, you're wrong. Okay, I'm just going based upon my research. There was quite a few events that happened throughout the world that changed the way the United States looked at tactics. So one of those was the Texas Bell, Michael, help me with that. It's Texas, the Texas Tower. Yeah, the Bell Tower shooting.
Yeah.
That's when a Marine went to the top with a rifle and started to shoot college students. Two patrol officers made it all the way to the top and were able to take him out. And then we had the Munich Olympics, where terrorists took over the Jewish athletes and had a hostage situation, and I believe that resulted in some deaths there. And there was some other significant events where I know for a fact that in Los Angeles, Chief Daryl Gates, who is considered the godfather of SWAT, at least here, said he needed to put together a specialized team of police officers that can handle situations like that. And that's where SWAT was born at least on the West Coast. There are some agencies that will take credit for saying that they were the first to have SWAT. Now, mind you, this was all going on in the 70s. And eventually, it just took off. I don't want to say it just took off, but your large agencies, your large metropolitan cities saw the value in putting together a tactical team. And today, we still even wrestle with it because you have some police agencies that call it SWAT. You have some that call it CERT, Special Response Team. You have them called, what other names have you heard, Michael?
ERT.
Yeah, ERT, yes.
There's a whole bunch of acronyms that they use for it's SWAT. It's SWAT, no matter what. But, yeah.
and he's so right. See, here's the thing. We used to call our CERT, Special Emergency Response Team. And wherever we went, people would just say, there's a SWAT team. And eventually, we had to sit down with our chief, and we said, "Hey, chief, can we just change our name to SWAT? You know what? If it looks like a duck and it walks like a duck, it's probably a duck." And he had some heartache a little bit, and then eventually said, "Yes, let's change it to SWAT." So that was cool for the SWAT team because we finally just got recognition that we were a SWAT team. But before it was CERT. So, but go ahead.
It was SRT.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
But going to the weapons, we really didn't know what to expect back then. So you saw all sorts of just different weapons. The Colt carbine, yes. The M16. Eventually, because of weapons were starting to be specifically made for tactics, we saw a lot of the MP5 coming into play. A lot of teams still use, not a lot of teams, I know of some teams that still use an MP5. And then now things have gotten so specialized that teams began to just say, we want this. So there's no real like one SWAT weapon, like a prime example. Most of the operators on my team use a 6-hour MCX rifle. And there are some ones that have something a little bit different, mission specific, but that's just our flavor. So it just all depends on what your department will allow you to carry, what your department has the budget to carry. So all those factors play into a role there. So good question, though.
I know our department, they carry SPRs.
Okay.
9mm SPRs.
There you go. Let's see. Brandy Kilman is here. Avens is here. Caitlin, in your free time, what do you do to help relax and clear your mind? Well, first of all, if you guys can see behind me, this is what I do to clear up my mind. I collect and read comic books. I am a big anime fan. But my collection, actually, it's my actual collection that helps me to unwind because I just immerse myself into what I'm collecting and I look for things that I don't have. I look at the things that I do have and look at how much money or how much they have changed in value since I first bought them. So a lot of cool things like that. Up until injuring my knee a couple of months ago, my number one way that I de-stress was I ran. I would run anywhere between 3 to 5 miles, 3 days a week. And that was my number one way to get things off of my mind. Let's ask Michael. Michael, what is your number one way that you relax and clear your mind after work?
Occasionally play video games. Interestingly enough, and it's funny. I'll watch a lot of the law enforcement breakdown videos and stuff like that, like what Only Cops is doing and stuff like that. Because for me, it's a good way of good training kind of thing. I take it as a training perspective, but at the same time, I don't know. It kind of helps me relax, I guess, because I'm just focusing on that. Spend time with family and friends, and I don't run for fun. You're crazy for that, but no. I don't know. It really depends on the day too, what I'm in the mood for. So.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
But I try to do some things that are totally detached from law enforcement.
No, you have to. That's the thing that Michael brings up a good point, is that you got to find stuff that is not law enforcement related, whatever that may be, because you just want to get away from it. And Michael could tell you, when the first day that you have off of work, you're really trying to unwind. You're trying to, because you're still in cop mode. Your first day home, you're in cop mode. By day 2, you're starting to get out of cop mode. And unfortunately, depending on what type of shift you work, I know most of our patrol officers, they work the 312s. By day 3, they're out of cop mode, but they're kind of now starting to get back into going back into cop mode because they got to start getting ready to go back to work. And it's kind of like you never just get to really get out of cop mode. Fair enough, Michael?
Oh yeah, no, 100%. And it makes it harder too because, you know, friends and family know I'm a cop. So if a law enforcement related question comes up, they're gonna come to me and go, "Hey, I have a question." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I know where this is going."
Right? So here's the funny part about that, Michael, is you got that whammy. I got the double whammy. I'll get people that'll call me up and say, "Hey, I got this going on with me." And I'm like, and it's a medical question. And I'm like, you know, I'm a paramedic. I'm not a doctor. You probably should call your primary care physician and ask them this question. So here's a funny story on that. So I had a friend whose wife called me, and she gives me these symptoms. What do you think is going on? And immediately her symptoms were appendicitis, right? I'm telling her, I think you have appendicitis. And she's like, well, I don't know. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you have appendicitis. You need to go to your doctor, and you need to, have them evaluate you. Well, I don't know. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, why the fuck did you call me if you were going to argue with me? You asked me my opinion, and I told you what it was. So that was a Saturday. So that Sunday, the next day, I guess she goes to church with her husband, and her husband calls me up and says, "Hey, dude, my wife had appendicitis." I'm like, "No shit." You know, like,
really?
Yeah, because she collapsed, and I'm like, oh, I was like, yeah, mind blown, right?
I would have never have guessed.
Oh, it was so frustrating, but yeah. So all right, let me see here. So Badge L194 asks, "Hey Chris, where do you get your suits from?" I get them from either Joseph A. Banks or Men's Warehouse. So I just like to wear. I like their stuff.
You're gonna have a Chris the Cop fan like just stalking through the store waiting for you to come
right. Well, luckily I don't have to buy any for a while. So, all right, here, let's see. Alfredo threw it out there.
Gonna be in that store for a while, people.
Yeah, right.
Get your pants.
So Alfredo says there is more for people who are outside of law enforcement, but what other positions are available in law enforcement that are not sworn? Okay, so good question. So if you don't want to be a cop, but you want to be a part of the criminal justice program, or I would just say law enforcement, I know at my police agency, as a non-sworn civilian position, you can be a police cadet, you could be a records technician, custody officer, dispatcher, and for us, that's about it. What about you, Michael?
Yeah, I mean, we have a communications officer, and that's just the bright smiling face at the front desk that says, "Hi, welcome to the police department." There's like the parking supervisor or whatever who goes out and writes parking tickets and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, parking enforcement. Forgot about that. Yeah.
Evidence technicians, stuff like that. CSI, we have some unsworn and we have sworn CSI. Now all of our CSIs are sworn, but if they open it back up, it's available for it, whether you are certified law enforcement or not. So stuff like that. There's plenty of jobs you can get into that don't require you to go through an academy and carry a gun on your hip. But
yeah, and it's changing. We're gonna see more We're gonna see more sworn jobs become civilian as we struggle with trying to recruit police officers in this day and age. So we're gonna see some of that. In fact, I've even heard that there's now civilian detectives that handle basic investigations.
There are some departments. I think Oklahoma's doing that. One of the towns there.
I know a couple of our beach cities down in Orange County are doing it just as well. So. Let's see here. So Alfredo joined us. He's one of our moderators. So let me see. Hunter says, "Chris, is rumored that the FBI and the police are not very friendly with each other. Is this true?" You know what? Here's the funniest thing I think about that rumor. I see TV and television shows and movies, and it's like as soon as the FBI arrives, everyone's like, "Oh fuck, FBI's here." It's like that is the furthest from the truth. I have friends that work for the. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead. It sounds like you want to say something.
You want my here, take it.
Yeah.
I'm 10-8. I'm back on the street.
Yes. So here's the funny thing. I've worked closely with the FBI. Actually, we have a detective that's assigned to the FBI. I have friends that are FBI, and I have never had a bad run-in with an FBI agent. As a matter of fact, my most recent incident in which we had a church bombing, FBI was on scene with me, and they were on scene with me for hours. And it was a neat thing to see because they brought in all these resources. We had the sheriff's department there. Well, we had the sheriff's bomb squad. We had the sheriff's hazardous material. The FBI was there. ATF. You got to think about it. A church bombing. Everybody was there. Thankfully, nobody was injured because it was at 1 o'clock in the morning. Blah 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 blah. So, anyways,
You had the whole alphabet soup there.
it was, and it was neat to see. But the entire time I was on scene, I was the incident commander. I had complete control of the entire incident. FBI was like, hey, we're here. And I don't even know how many agents I spoke to, but it was a shitload. And I remember the liaison with the FBI, and that's what he goes. He goes, I'm your liaison, okay? And he's like, we're talking to Washington right now, and President Trump is being woken up to apprise him. I'm like, you guys are waking up the president? He goes, oh yeah, we're waking up the president right now to let him know what happened. And I'm like, oh shit, that's kind of cool. But anyways, and what was neat.
That's when you know you've made it.
Yeah, right. You know, what was neat was I forget what time it was, but the FBI agent comes up to me and says, "Okay, Washington has said we are now taking over this scene, and I am Agent so and so. It is roughly, well, I forget what hour he said, but let's just say it was 3:30 in the morning. It is 03:30 in the morning, and I'm assuming command of this incident." I'm like, "All yours, brother." It was like, I am all yours. I go, let me know what you need. You guys need coffee, donuts. We're here for you.
Yeah. I'll be back here.
And it was neat because all of a sudden, these vehicles just start rolling in. And it was just like they must have been around the corner. Their command post showed up. Their CSIs showed up. And it was like, holy... I mean, it was neat because you're talking... I had already been a cop now. This only happened a couple of years, 2 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years ago. Actually, not even 2 years ago. I think it was last year. And 2 years ago because it was pre-COVID. No, it was COVID. COVID was going on, so I think it was in 2020. Anyways, I digress. It was neat, and they were very cool about it. The agent had told me, he's all, I'm gonna let you know, hey, we're taking this over, but I'd officially have to do it the way we do it. And I'm like, I don't care how you do it, but it's yours. So it wasn't, yeah.
You took it.
So. All right, let's see here. Roadrunner Productions, how's it going? Or Roadburner Productions. I said, how's it going? We have Snyder. I just saw watching your YouTube channel today. Okay, cool. Thanks. Me Cool is here. Brady Kilman. Hey, Chris, do you have any advice for a young man who wants to be a police officer? I'm going to defer you back to the beginning of the stream since we just started. We actually answered that question. I'm a big fan of police. Say name. Can I say that name? I don't even know if I can say that name. I don't want to.
Don't want to get doxxed.
Yeah, well, I don't like saying things that it doesn't look like. I don't want to be. I've been. Oh, just so you know, Michael, someone got me really good one time, saying, "Can you say happy birthday to me?" And I actually was saying the N word without realizing it, and they.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it ruined my stream because it really pissed me off. Because I was just like, really, you want to do that to a friendly stream? I mean, I'm the furthest thing from a racist, and you did that to me too. So it was just a troll, but.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ellison, Brady. Hey, Chris. Thank you for your 25 years. Cool. Thank you. Some other departments even managed to get MRAPs. We had MRAP, Alfredo. We had an MRAP, and our chief didn't like it, so we donated it back to some agency up north in Northern California. So, did you ever get on any of those MRAPs, Michael?
No, I don't think our department has any interest in getting any either. But
yeah, they're just too big. They're just way too big.
Yeah. We got small city streets.
Yeah, so do we.
But here's a question for you.
All right.
So, 25 years in law enforcement. How? How did you make that happen?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I know.
Yeah.
So here's what's the yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's a good one. First of all. Yeah, I blinked and I got to 25 years, but there was a lot of heartache. Sure. There's a lot of things, guys, that I did wrong in my beginning of my career as a police officer. And we all do it. And Michael knows this as well, and I know Saber knows it. When we when we first become cops, we really become cops. I mean, it's not who we are, but it becomes who we are, and that's kind of a bad mistake that we all make because, and we all do it for it. There's no rhyme or reason why we do it, but we all definitely do it. We all become the job becomes us. It's what defines us. Now, for most people, I think I see somewhere around the 10-year mark is when you start realizing, wow, you know what, this job's starting to it's taking a lot out of me. And not only am I starting to physically fill this job, but I'm starting to mentally fill this job. And depending on what type of support system you have at home will depend on if you're really going to survive. Unfortunately, a lot of cops get divorced. And I really think they get divorced because they don't try to, they really don't, well, I think it's going to change, but my generation, we just didn't come home and tell our significant others the shit that was going on at work. Yeah. You end up watching TV without the TV ever being on, and I know Michael knows what that's all about.
Yeah.
Only Cops mentioned it on some of their things about sitting there on the side and having a dead kid, shot at their feet, and listening to all this bullshit, and they bring those things up, and unfortunately over time you become cynical, you become bitter, and you just sometimes your family suffers. So for me, I was lucky, is that my wife, she's a paramedic, but she's also now a nurse practitioner, so she's moved up in her life. But we started off as paramedics. Our relationship, she was an EMT and I was actually a paramedic, then she went to paramedic school. But she knew of the emotional trauma that I was going to because she had gone through it herself as a paramedic. And I think she just kept me centered. I mean, don't get me wrong, we had problems and we had fights and that type of stuff, but just kind of kept me centered. And then for me at work, though, like I said, I made a lot of mistakes, and I got when I was a corporal, I really got hinked up on promoting. I really told myself I had to promote instead of just enjoying being a corporal. And I know, Only Cops, they really talk about that, how you get officers who just want to promote, they just want to get the rank and the power.
Yeah.
And I didn't want the power, I wanted the rank. And I can honestly say that, I can wholeheartedly admit it, that I got wrapped up in the whole promotional process. And I would tell you not to do that. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy all the street time that you can get. Enjoy being a canine handler. Enjoy being a detective. Enjoy all those things, because there's plenty of time to become an admin pogue. I mean, I still say yeah, I still say a sergeant is the best job.
I need EMS.
Right? Being a sergeant. Oh, I know. Being a sergeant to me is the best job because you get to influence so many officers, especially if you're a patrol sergeant. That is the best job in the police department. But when you eventually get to the point where you're tired and your back hurts and you just don't want to work nights anymore, it's time to promote. It's time to take all that knowledge, become a lieutenant, and then move up and start making better, not say better decisions, but start trying to have a more significant impact on the rank and file by being that cool lieutenant and not being an admin pogue and looking out for the guys and girls that are there. But I think you got to have a balance. And when you go back to your original question, your 25 years, I think what allowed me to get here and maybe keep going is the simple fact that I have really got myself involved in so many different things. So besides my hobbies off duty, my running, my teaching at the college, the going on the lecture circuit. I was just invited to be a guest lecturer at a college. All those things, just staying busy like that, just has really let me be grounded and realizing that, number one, being a police officer is awesome, but it's not who I am. It's just what I do for a living. So, yeah, and I think everyone needs to figure that out for themselves. I think really, like I said, you're young, you're in the profession, and I don't blame you for being all you can be, being the and you're gonna have a canine, so you're actually bringing your work home. You're bringing your work home. That's the worst thing to do, but you have to.
Right?
You have to.
No one ever said that cops are smart. Okay.
You're right. But yeah, you got to be and you have to surround yourself with good people at work too. And I have a lot of great officers that are acquaintances, that are work friends, and that are personal friends. And I think when you surround yourself by some very good people too at work, you can get through it. You can actually have that, and you got to have a confident Michael. I will tell you this one: you got to find someone that you can utterly trust, that you can just say, you know what, the fucking chief is a fucking moron. What the hell is he thinking or she thinking?
I got that, thankfully.
You got to be able to say that, because you got to get it off your chest. Because
Yeah.
you can go home and tell your wife this all the time, but your wife's going to agree with you because she's your wife. You got to be able to have a colleague say, yeah, dude, you're right. He's a moron. So yes, you need that. And but you got to have that guy who trusts you, because you don't want to go, hey, you know what Michael told me the other day? Because we have those guys too, right?
Oh my God, yeah, those people.
Yeah. All right, let's see here.
I will say this, actually, for anybody that's interested in getting into law enforcement. It is a very fun job. It's also very taxing, and you're going to go home and go, why did I do this?
Oh.
But if you can get in with a good department with a good admin culture, more power to you. I'd go for it. Because if you're in a department that has a terrible admin culture, you're gonna despise life. I'm just gonna put it that way.
Yeah. I agree. Let's see here. Only Cops puts down EMT reacts to ambulance. I would love to do that. Gameology, let's do it. Or Only Cops, let's do it, man. Let's get that movie out, and let's. So let me see. Hunta says, "Hey Chris, what do you think about Criminal Minds?" I like Criminal Minds on what I watch, but unrealistic. We just don't have that technology available locally, where you can do DNA in an hour.
Yeah, 10 seconds, yeah.
DNA return. Right, the nation. Now, DNA returns are 6 months minimum. So, yeah.
CSI and Criminal Minds were good shows. They're entertaining, and there is some level of realism to them, but you got to remember who's making it. Hollywood.
Yeah.
They're gonna add their touch to it.
Oh yeah, and it's called the CSI effect. Everyone believes that we have this CSI that's available to us like that, and we just don't.
Yeah.
Now, I was actually thinking about this last night before I went to bed, and I don't know why, and I thought maybe it'll come up. A lot of people will ask me, like, hey, what's your favorite this or your favorite that? So my favorite cop show, I have to admit this, I don't know why, and maybe it's just because the show captures the sadness of the job. It's no longer out, but it's called, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose it. Oh, I just lost it. I had it.
Is it Southland?
Oh my gosh. No, it's not Southland.
Southland.
Cold Case. Cold Case.
So,
but not Cold Case Files, where they talk about.
Yeah, I remember Cold Case. Yeah.
Cold Case follows what city was that?
I don't remember. I think it was like a northern city or something.
It's definitely back east, but Cold Case captures a homicide unit, and it's a female detective, where they are taking the cold cases off the shelf and they're solving them. And what I loved about the show is when they would show the reenactments, but no, this is actually a TV drama. So when they would be interviewing the witnesses from the cold case, if it was 20 years old, they would show that witness 20 years younger. And it was just awesome because you got to see this developing. And at the very end, when they caught the killer, when they would arrest the killer, they would arrest the killer at the age he should have been arrested. He or she should have been arrested. And it's just this crime drama. And it's just like, once again, it just captured the very sadness of our job, because we see so much trauma that people don't really realize how sad it is, or the sadness that cops see in our victims. And that's probably one of the biggest things, the biggest weight on our shoulders, is because there's nowhere we can go to get rid of that sadness. It's just something that we will bottle up, to put deep inside of us, pretend to forget, and 20 years later, you start having nightmares, or you start having dreams about these victims and the sadness that you were never able to deal with.
And that's a good part of the whole conversation shift. My roommate in the background is a good part of the conversation shift that needs to happen as far as mental health, because we talk a lot about how we're going to respond to mental health crises and how we're going to help the public, but we don't.
Right.
It's out there, but we don't really hammer the conversation on the mental health of the first responder, the person that is dealing with these issues from people, you know, dealing with a family that just had their son, daughter, cousin, brother, you know, murdered in the street or something, and we're having to interview this person and you know, see them in that state. And that takes a toll on us just as much as it obviously it takes more of a toll on them than it will us, but it's going to take a toll. And when you're seeing 10, 15, 20, 30 people like that every day, it just adds up.
Yeah, no, it definitely does. It definitely does. So if anybody wants to know what my favorite cop show is, it's going to be Cold Case, the TV drama. And then probably followed by, you just mentioned it, Michael, the LAPD one.
Southland.
Southland. So
yeah, that's Bill's favorite.
And then the original 1970s SWAT, just because it's so stupid.
See, I like Adam 12.
You know what? You're right. I love Adam 12. Adam 12 is yes.
Adam 12.
I will give you Adam 12. Let me see.
Like when I think classic LAPD, Adam 12.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that. Yeah. See, Alfredo says, I can imagine Fire Department Chronicles doing a firefighter green screen, himself in ambulance. Let's see here. Chris, I want to be a police officer from Allison. That's cool. Good luck with that. Yeah. Train.
Ooh, that's a good idea. We need to green screen you into the back of an ambulance. Like Firefighter Chronicles does.
Right? Let me see.
Excuse me.
So Brady, I know you asked this question a couple times. I don't know if we've gotten it, but just I would tell you when the stream is over, go back to the beginning. That was one of the first questions I talked about in regard to becoming what it takes to become a police officer and what you should do. So let me see here. We're scrolling down here.
And I will add that every state's different too. If we're talking qualifications, some states require that you have a college degree, some states don't. Mine doesn't. Thank God, or I wouldn't be here as a cop. So.
Right. But, yeah. I guess I messed up Poof Pigeon's name, so I do apologize for that. Let me see.
It's totally Poof Pigeon now.
It's Poof Pigeon now. Okay, cool.
We're making it Poof Pigeon.
Let's see here. Star says, if I recall, during the UT Tower shooting, civilians assist police and would fire back at the shooter in the tower. That could be. I have never read the story. I'll probably have to read it, but I just know in doing my research about SWAT, that was one of the incidents in the United States that caused metropolitan police departments to think twice about tactics. Let's see, NYPD ESU. That's right, ESU. New York is ESU.
Yeah.
Let me see, Max. First, remember your videos on Gameology, then a long night, looking warm coffee with the cop. Now I hang out with great guys like Flory and Red Army on Discord. Thank you for connecting all of us. That's cool. You know what? Hey, Max, I appreciate that comment. I really do. And here's the reason why. I had no idea what I was going to do with this channel when it first started. And I'll be honest with everybody. When I first started, when Gameology's fan base asked me to start my own channel, I did not know what to expect. At first, I was like, hey, why is a 51-year-old man going to start a YouTube gaming channel? Okay, I was just like, it was not in my wheelhouse. First of all, you guys see me play video games, so you should know this is not in my wheelhouse, okay? I suck. I know, and I love the fact that I'm finishing games. That's the cool part. But I didn't know what to expect. And then as time started to go on, I started to realize that I had a bigger responsibility to the community because so many people... Remember, I started this channel right when COVID-19 hit. And people were on lockdown. I wasn't on lockdown because I got to go to work. So I never suffered the depression of COVID-19. I got to go interact with my friends. I got to go places. So I was out of the house, but many of you were locked down. And what was weird was getting the comments of, you're helping me through this. You're helping me through this. And then that's where I changed my mind of what this was all about. And then we started the Discord channel. Fox took it over. I had nothing to do with Discord. Someone said, hey, can I start a Discord channel for you? And I said, yeah, go ahead. Fox saved me from some shit that was going bad on my Discord channel, and he made it what it is today. And I've heard so many awesome stories of people becoming friends on Discord and you guys play games together. So that definitely makes me feel really awesome that you guys are using that. So
Plus, I think I was introduced to you from your original Gameology shows, and then I saw when you made the channel. I subscribed a long time ago.
oh, that's cool.
But I'm not gonna take all credit here because I was kind of off and on. I'd watch it, I'd see if a video popped up and it was a game I liked, I'd watch it.
And here you are today, co-hosting on.
I know. Yeah. Well, thanks for the cop.
Oh no,
okay,
man!
So I had to rely on Texas for something. I'll give them that.
No, man, I'm loving this direction. I really, really am. I'm loving the co-oping. I'll be honest, Mike. I was really against co-oping. I mean, I've co-opted, but I didn't know how co-oping live was going to work out, and I didn't know about how co-oping videos was going to work out. I wasn't feeling it. I'll be honest. I just wasn't feeling it. To me, I just felt like it was going to be too much. Like all this stuff. Like and you've been here, Michael. We've had technical difficulties and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So, but you know what? I really think it made the channel just that much better because now people are watching co-oping of their favorite games, which are cool. We got Ready or Not as one of the biggest hits, and I think the very fact that we're playing it, and then the cool part is. We're gonna bring in some civilians, and so they can do their civilian shit while we just sit back and watch them go crazy.
What?
But yeah, exactly. So that's kind of cool. So you see it. So Saber's asking what's your favorite comic. It's really I've been Batman my whole entire life. I really have. But the Green Lantern is my go-to. And the original Green Lantern, Hal Jordan. I don't like the other lanterns. So I'm at just a Hal Jordan Green Lantern. As you guys can see, I haven't even put up my posters yet. I'm still working on this stuff. But yeah, I'm a big Hal fan, followed by Batman. What about you, Michael? You have any favorite comic book characters?
I huge Star Wars nerd, so I was big into watching a lot of or reading a lot of the Star Wars comics that came out back in like the late '90s, early 2000s, especially after Phantom Menace came out. I was reading getting a whole bunch of stuff and loved it. I can't remember for the life of me a specific one, but but I remember reading them. But if we're talking like legitimate comics, I'd say Batman.
Cool.
I'd go with Batman.
Cool. Let's see here. Let me see. Okay, Alfredo. Okay, they're talking there. Only Cop says, "What's your favorite anime?" See, there is a really weird. So I have different ones that I just love. Like a prime example, I love the Guyver series. The Guyver series to me is just freaking awesome. Followed by Fists of the North Star. Love Fists of the North Star. I'm trying to Appleseed. Appleseed is one of my favorites, just because I love the characters. So yeah, but I haven't really watched a lot of the newer stuff lately. I kind of been a really retro kind of anime fan, like Samurai 7. Like I mentioned, the Guyver. So I definitely what's so funny is I have a subscription to what is it? What's the Funimation that has all the Japanese animation?
Funimation.
Yeah, I have a freaking subscription. I pay $4.99 a month or $5.99 a month, and I haven't even logged into that for months. So yeah.
I'm kind of like you. I like them. I don't keep up with modern anime. I'm not a huge anime person. I was when I was a little younger. But I like the classics, Inuyasha, stuff like that. And there was a show back when I was a teenager. I think it only went for like a season or two, called Desert Punk, and I loved that. That was hilarious.
Was it?
Hilarious anime. Yeah, it was great. But it's stuff of that nature. And then I like the even though it is anime, but it's not. Is the Dragon Ball Z Abridged and Hellsing Ultimate Abridged.
Okay, yeah.
Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I love them.
I've seen those. I also did forget. I also did forget about Star Blazers, which the Battleship Yamato, which was just an awesome. What I loved about that series was, and Robotech was, you fell in love with characters and then they killed them, And it was like, fuck yeah, that's drama right there, man. When you fall in love with characters and they kill them, they're not always going to.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see here. Alfredo put it the best. For those who want to be a police officer, this will work across the entire United States. Don't break the law. Be a good citizen. Get fit and study. That is the best abridged version of what I said earlier.
Yes, that is spot on.
All right, let's see here. Only Cop says, we found a couple of cop anime we want to do Officers React episodes on. We should get in on those. Yes, let's definitely do that. Only Cops, remote, or you could visit Texas. I could now. I know I could get to Texas. Does North Carolina need a passport to get to Texas? I mean, do...
Oh! Well, I was just in Texas at the beginning of March, actually. So,
oh.
And, how much did you have to pay?
Right?
We don't talk about that. But,
let's see.
The passport was the most expensive part.
No. Yeah, right? Let's see. Board says, what's the best way to slack off while on patrol? Oh, man, that's so easy to do. Just don't answer your radio. Yeah. But today...
Admin, everybody.
Yeah. But today, I'm going to tell you something much. We know, everybody knows who the slackers are. And patrol officers are the worst, man. They will... You don't want to be a slacker because everyone's going to talk shit about you. And they do. There's people that I work with that I never see in my entire shift. I'm like, did you arrest anybody today? Because remember, everybody that gets booked on my shift has to go through me. I have to approve their booking. And there's just some officers I don't see all week long. I see them in briefing, and then I never see them again. So it's like, what did you do all day? So they
found a parking lot.
Yeah.
They opened up Netflix, and they said, here I am.
Yeah, or they're a professional back. They're always backing somebody. They're a professional back. We call those. Yeah. Let me see. Talib asks, what's your favorite video game? Oh man. You know what? I cannot put. There's just so many good games out there, and you have to ask a more specific question. What's your favorite shooter? Your favorite MMO? Your favorite side scroller, right?
Got to narrow it down a little bit. I guess my favorite game series of all time would probably be Halo.
I like Halo. You know what? Let's talk Halo for a second.
Oh, here we go.
Fuck. What the hell, Paramount? Are you serious? I don't want to see... I don't want to see Master Chief's freaking face. I've never wanted to see Master Chief's face. His face... Everyone had their own image of... of Master Chief.
Okay, so I've always been curious about what Master Chief looked like, don't get me wrong.
Right.
And I would love it, like, if they were doing this as the final Halo game and they really revealed his face, I'd be down for that.
Right.
But, the series, oh my god, within, like, the first...
It was the first episode!
20 minutes of the first episode, he's showing his face. Come on, man.
I would have been okay, and I've read some of the hate. I would have been okay with him taking his helmet off, and we saw the back of his head. And I would love to have seen scars, shit, all just to tell me that Master Chief earned Master Chief. And I know. Don't get me wrong. I like the actor. I loved him in 13 Hours. But I was just like, no, he's not the face of Master Chief. And once again, it kind of goes back to the Mandalorian. I think we all had our own perception of what the Mandalorian looked like. I didn't need to see it at the end, but I give you that. It was the last episode, so we're like all okay with that. It's the last episode.
Yeah.
But so I just but now they're saying it's not canon. They're saying that series is not canon.
Yeah. The Halo series isn't canon. It's kind of like alternate universe. So I give it a little bit, and I'm a hardcore Halo fan, so I give it a little bit of leeway in that regard. But I watched when I watched the first episode, I'm like, what is?
Yeah.
What is this? This is like a B-rated sci-fi, just with Halo tacked onto it.
I wish they would have used the voice from the Halo movie. I don't know if you ever saw it. Which one? The one where the Covenant makes himself known on the Academy.
Oh yeah, that's Forward Unto Dawn.
Yeah, dude, that voice, that's Master Chief. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy did a great job of in capturing Steve Downs' Master Chief voice.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh well. Enough of that. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Is there a brand new one that just came out called Police in a Pod that's a current airing? Haven't watched it yet. You're Under Arrest is great too. Okay, cool. We're gonna have to look at those Only Cops. Brady's here. Kwa is here. JB, is that your gaming room? Yay. Yes, JB. This has become my gaming room. Through the generosity of my wife, she allowed me to get out of a small little bedroom that we had and take over this huge bedroom and make it not just my gaming room but my collection room. So this is like my
That's just nerd room.
Yeah, this is I come here to chill. So this is
Take over the other room.
Yeah, Fox is gonna take over the other room. Yes. Let's see. Going down here. Okay, we talked about that. Teddy, my day is going pretty well. Why not automate some things for law enforcement? Yeah, we would take that in a heartbeat. Let's see. Fox Commander, what is your best track and field event? Allison hates myself. Why? I don't know why you hate yourself. Always need coffee and donuts. Yes, we do. Man, I'm going through all these. We're so far behind.
The one stereotype that is spot on with cops. You know, now not everyone likes both of them, but cops will at least like either coffee or donuts, and you get the few that like both. I'm one of them that likes both.
Yeah.
I see donuts and I go, ooh.
I do too, dude. When you see that pink box, it's like yes. Yes.
That stereotype is spot on.
Let's see here. We got Brady. Hey, Chris, would you agree that canines are a badass tool for law enforcement? Oh, man. Canines are freaking awesome. Canines are awesome.
They are amazing. I had the pleasure of working with, and he's my best friend, a canine officer when I was on day shift. And the asset that having a dog on a shift can be is just it's amazing. It really can elevate things because when I went to night, we didn't have a canine officer, and I'm becoming the canine officer for that shift. And there have been so many circumstances where I've been like, wow, we could really have used a dog, and we've had to call out my buddy from day shift to run his dog a few times, and I get the distinct pleasure of being able to do that now once I get through training. But they're first of all, dogs are amazing. They're amazing animals, and what they can do is just it'll blow your mind.
Yeah.
So especially when you see them.
Oh yeah. No, they are a great tool. So they are a great tool. Let's see here. Let's see. Caitlin says, with technology always advancing, what impact do you think it will have on the police force for the next 10 years? Anything you'd like to see improve? I'd actually like to see us being able to get better returns on DNA and stuff like that, because as any law enforcement officer knows, there's DNA everywhere these days. So if we could get faster returns, we could get people into custody faster. That would be great. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say anything, DNA, drug analysis. If you've got to send your stuff off to a lab, which we do, or like if you got to do a blood draw on someone to see if they got alcohol, that stuff could come back faster. It'd be phenomenal. Improvements. I don't know how much you can improve them. Improvements to tasers would be nice, because even with the new Taser 7s, which are pretty slick, they're pretty nice, they're still, 60%, maybe 50-60% effective.
Yeah, and you have to realize our job hasn't really changed. We're still doing the same thing we did 150 years ago. We're dealing with the criminal element. We're dealing with people who don't have any respect for society. They have they don't care about social contract, and we're called to deal with them. So, you know what?
Yeah. And better hands-on training.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know the conversations towards technology, but no, better hands-on training would be better, I think, than too many cops are taught to rely on the tools on their
Batman belt, if you want to use that term.
Right.
And half those tools are completely ineffective.
Agreed.
Most.
Agreed.
So.
Let's see here. What's that? I didn't hear that, Michael. You were broken.
Especially if they're not utilized right.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. The Bad Bunny 21. Throw a slow show into Michael's stream. Okay.
Yeah. That's my girlfriend.
Oh. that was from Only Cops. Oh, those guys are funny. Let's see here. Let me see. Danger asks, would a criminal investigation unit had 3 investigators with the rank of lieutenant be considered too much or absurd? Hey, Danger, it all depends. I mean, it just all depends on the resources. For me to make a judgment call on what another department's doing would not be fair. I'd have to look at everything.
How big is that department?
Yeah, you got to look at that. You got to look at how big the department is, what their responsibilities are, because sometimes you just have to have a position there to kind of like say it's being managed properly, especially with certain things. So
yeah, there's a lot that goes into that.
So Jake's Emergency Cities saying, morning, Chris, are you planning on being a chief of police? I used to think so, but I don't know, man. I'm you know what? Yesterday my world changed. my world changed.
I know what Chris is gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna answer this for you. Okay, so
I'm not going to North Carolina.
Chris is gonna be a chief of North Carolina. You heard it here first.
I'm not going to North Carolina. There is nothing in North Carolina I want to see. I'll have a cup of coffee with Michael, but then I'll get the hell out of that state.
Oh, I knew that was. I'm so glad you picked up on where
I knew where that was going. There's no. Let's see here. Saber, we're making a joke about the wrench. Okay, hey Michael, about the show Nom Nom. Only I hope that you're well paid for your teaching, Max asked. Yes, I'm actually. Oh, you're doggy. Oh, look at that. Is that just is that a Dutch Shepherd?
Belgian Malinois.
Oh, that's a. Oh shit. Okay, awesome. Good for you.
Amazing at tracking and finding narcotics. I'm his third handler, so.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah. Oh shit! Hey, producer Juan, thank you, man. I finally got to your super chat like a half hour later. So thank you very much. I do appreciate that.
They weren't here. Okay. They can get to the back.
Right. So everyone said thank you. I say, how many guns would you say you've used over your career? Well, as far as the guns that have been assigned to me, my first gun assigned to me was a Colt 45 government model. Then that was my favorite. It's still in my safe. It's in my safe right now.
Man.
Then I had the HK USP 45, which was my second favorite. Then we went to the god-awful Springfield, I can't even think about it. XD.
I was going to say the XD. Oh.
It was the first one. And now we're using the SIG P320.
Ooh.
So.
Bougie.
Yeah, we're bougie here, and our department buys our guns for us. We we switch guns every 10 years, and I actually was fortunate that when I got hired, they were just transitioning to the HK, but they said, well, here, you can have the Colt, and then they gave me an HK to go to the academy with, and I'm like, well, I have the Colt, and they're like, no, just the Colt's yours, but here's the HK, and then. And then we had the HK for I think 10 years, and then we went to the XD, and that was 10 years, and then we only switched to the SIG maybe about 3 years ago. So,
We're rocking Glock 17s.
Yeah, a lot of departments like the Glock.
Yeah, they do.
Cold case was Philadelphia. Danger says cold case took place in Philadelphia. Yes.
See, I knew it was Northern State.
You know what's so funny is we're finally getting to the Adam 12 comments that we said a half hour ago.
Oh, right.
Say, what is your favorite donut? Mine and apple. Oh, Chris? What is your favorite donut? I like maple bars. I'm a big maple bar fan.
I'm just a chocolate donut. That's all.
That's it.
I'm plain. I'm very plain. You know. I'm satisfied with a chocolate donut.
Let's see here. I know something's. Oh, cool. I think we just got to the bottom of the chat. Maybe not.
No, it's still going. Still going.
Okay, let me see. I think I bumped up too much. Let me see here. Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh my gosh, I did bump up too fast.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so okay, let me see.
That's
Okay, here we go. We're catching up here.
personal problem there.
You guys become heroes for so many people. I really appreciate that. I still want to watch Adam 12 and Chips. I like Chips for entertainment value only. But beyond that, it is a... yeah, never mind. I like actually Chips' beginning theme song.
Chips was... Yeah, Chips was good.
I want some Chips. In Cyberpunk 27, they have tech which called replay memories as video clips. That would be cool. But that means everyone have to have a microchip, so I don't want to be microchipped.
Yeah, that's where I draw the line.
Chris, we really need to talk more often, LO, and hopefully get my name right. We'll go back to Discord chat, and you can tell me how I'm supposed to be saying your name. Poofy Pigeon or Poof Pigeon or whatever the hell. I'm sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
You're gonna like it,
right? Let's see. At least Stream Elements didn't say merch appreciated. Let's see, cool content. Green Lantern pretty cool. Cowboy Bebop, that was another good one. Appleseed is good.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Funimation bought by Kroll. It's gone. Oh, that sucks. Let's see. I think Fun is being sold to Crunchyroll. That's right. It was sold to Crunchyroll. Thanks again, Army Hosen. Thank you for that anniversary wish. Yeah, Yamato. Allison, help me. What's wrong with Allison? Happy Easter. Only cost we deported Michael. Hey, what's up there, Future Guardian? Infinite or series bashing. I think they were talking about when we were talking about Halo.
Those those Texas DPS troopers were. I don't know. They didn't have that Southern hospitality as they're booting me out of the state.
Yeah. Let's see here. Roadrunner, you're on something here. It is as blasphemous as Sylvester Stallone is Judge Dredd. Yeah, see, here's the thing. Like, once again, like with the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd, he takes off his helmet. We don't want to see that. And what I appreciate about the remake was the actor never took off his helmet. That is so awesome. I mean,
I loved the remake, man. That was so good.
Yeah, that was good. I my hat's off to the actor that said, I'm not pulling off my helmet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hey, guys, while you're still here, don't forget to like before you leave. We definitely do appreciate the likes. We try to always get 100 likes, but that all depends. Let me see. What is your favorite game in Warhammer 40K franchise? Oh, shit. My favorite is... I have it right here. I was actually playing it a couple days ago. Dawn of War. I like the Dawn of War series.
War, yeah.
I love the Dawn of War series. Let's see. Don't forget about what they said. They play games. Iros, Automatic Domestics, Command. Woo! Do canine? Okay, here you go. Shark Tank asked the question, Michael. Do canines wear stab vests?
So it depends on if the department issues it. The nice thing is, so my department doesn't actually issue them, but there is a website called Protecting Canine Heroes, and they will actually set up. Yeah, they will set up officers who get their canine with a trauma kit, Narcan kit, and if you want it, a bullet resistant and stab proof ballistic vest for your dog, 100% free. It's donated to you, and I'm going to jump on that and shout out to Protecting Canine Heroes. They're great. But yeah, some departments do actually issue them. I know one of the guys that I'm in training with from another department. They issued him a vest, a stab-proof vest. But it really depends on the department's budget and even it sounds horrible, but even how much they care about the canine program for their department too, because there are some agencies that go, we don't need that.
Well, yeah. Yeah, and I'll speak to that because I just took over our department's canine program, and I'm in the process of rebuilding it. We went from having 5 dogs, 24/7 coverage, to having 1 dog, and no one cared about the program. So
that's where we're at right now. One dog, until he well, he's certified, but until I get certified with him, we have one dog.
Yeah, see, that's not good, especially because it's such a good resource. So fortunately for me, I got a second dog, and there's talk of allowing me to get a third dog in about 6 months. So hopefully my canine program will have 3 dogs, and then I'll just keep working towards it. So, but he's right. He's right. It's all about how much a department cares about their canine program.
Because if the department does not care and they think that it's not as valuable as a resource as it is, then it'll show. It'll show. And the handlers don't share that belief. The handlers, we love our dogs.
Yeah.
But the department itself is like, why am I going to spend $800 to $1,000 on a vest for a dog when I could use that money to buy something for a patrol officer or get some stupid thing in the office that we really don't need, but we're going to buy it anyway.
We'd like to buy your dog. We'd like to buy your dog this cool thing that will save his life, but the chief needs a new desk.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
That was for you, Only Cops.
Yeah. Listen up, buttholes. I would get this dog a vest, but my desk, it's looking a little creaky, and it's about time I replace it. So we're gonna reallocate those funds.
Or the chief needs a new car. The chief needs something. Yeah. Trust me, it's always there.
Yeah. Chris.
Yeah.
Saber asked, Chris, are you going to make a sandwich on stream?
No, I'm gonna make a sandwich on stream. Actually, I probably should. You guys be interested to see how I make my sandwiches. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll do a live making sandwich with Chris. That would probably be a cool little video, right?
A day in the life of Chris the Cop.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, very uneventful life. Trust me, very uneventful.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Someone said they got to still. Oh, Alfredo says he still has to watch The Bad Batch. So do I. I want to watch The Bad Batch.
Oh, Night Cop's in the chat.
Oh, he is?
Just popped in.
All right. Let's see here. I'm coming down here, trying to get. Oh shit! That jumped up again real fast. Son of a bitch! I hate how fast it jumps up. Hey, Michael. Caitlin says she wishes you the best in your canine training.
Thank you.
Chris is coming to Texas, baby. Only Cops. That's funny. Producer Juan's still here. Shanghai, couldn't officers use their own personal weapons in the line of duty? It all depends on your department. Some departments will allow officers to invest in their own firearms. So it just depends. It's all policy driven. It's what your department. Yeah. It's what your department will allow.
Our department, you have to have approval from the chief to carry a weapon other than the Glock that they issue you. You can carry a weapon that you want, but the chief has to look at it.
See, there you go, right there. So we don't allow any officers to use their personal weapons in my department. The department says this is our weapon. This is what you're going to use. So they're working on trying to change that, but as of right now, so you can see it's different everywhere. Let's see. Depends on the department. Okay, there you go. What is your favorite classic gun? Colt 45.
Colt 45 all day long.
Yeah, right? Let's see. Keep chatting. Don't let it catch us. What's your favorite? Talib says, what's your favorite Milsim? I don't know if
Milsim. Military simulation. So like Arma.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really played any that... Yeah, I don't have any that... I can't think of any I played, so...
I've played a few, and I'm definitely going to say Arma 3.
You like Arma 3? I think we actually said last stream we're going to play Arma 3. I think everyone's going to buy Arma 3 and play it.
Yeah, I have it. I just got to re-download it. It's a beast of a game. But it's fun, and it's very moddable, so you can put modern day stuff in there. There's actually just like on GTA where there's those little law enforcement and emergency services roleplay communities. They have that on Arma too.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So I see where I screwed up Poof Pigeon's name, because now you guys are all calling him Poofy Pigeon. You guys are jerks. So Poof Pigeon, I do apologize for that.
It poofed. That's ED.
So he says, thoughts on Flashpoint, the Canadian show about Toronto. Hey, we don't really talk about Canada. It's, it's that part of the country we should have taken. It's that part of North America we should have just taken over when we had a chance. That, Now we got to deal with those dang Canadians.
They need America. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Flashpoint was a good series. I loved it. It was entertaining to watch. I watched it. It came out I think when I was a teenager, and I loved it.
I'll have to take a look at that. I'll take a look at that then.
I will be right back there.
All right, no worries. Let's see.
How's the time looking?
We got about another maybe 10-15 minutes. So let's see here. We got stream. Knox says I'll catching up. Cryptomeria. Okay, congratulations. Thank you very much. Poof. When are we getting Chris the merch? Hey, you know what, Poof Pigeon? Here's a funny part. I had to get with YouTube yesterday and ask them where my merch store is at because it's not displaying on my channel anymore, and they don't even know why. They're like, it says it should be good to go, and I'm like, yeah, it says it should be good to go, but no one can find it. So hopefully the merch store, as a matter of fact, even the link is broken. If you click on my merch store, so I have to figure all of that out. I was going to work on it later on today, but I'm going to go into work, so tomorrow's my first day off, so I'm going to hopefully figure it out because we have the new logo, and we're going to have a couple of surprises on merch that I think people are going to like, so some cool stuff here. Let's see. Knox says Carl Urban, I believe it was, just says $10, Chris won't catch up. Oh, I'm going to catch up, trust me. Let's see, I'm almost there. The Badge Bunny, Only Cops is not a Bill's hat. Board, Dawn of War 3. Just know the game ruined the image of Dawn of War. Ooh, I haven't played 3 yet, so I'll have to take a look at that. Qua says, see you next time, Chris. It's a 1:00 a.m. Oh, man, Qua, thank you for joining us. If you're still here, I do thank you for joining us. And if not, thank you again.
I don't think I played 3 either.
Yeah, I haven't played 3 yet. I'm just glad he finally got to my super chat so we can see the puppy. The canos are cute, like fellas. Hey, Night Cop is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna try. I told Fox we're gonna try to get Night Cop for our next Coffee with the Cop to join us, so we can actually ask Night Cop some stories. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, and everyone knows if you've been watching my stream, you guys should know I love Night Cop. I've been on Night Cop show twice, and I'll definitely be on the show again. But what I love about Night Cop, and the reason why Night Cop is just so endearing to me, is Night Cop gave the ultimate, well, not ultimate, but he gave the ultimate sacrifice to the job to protect the community, and it cost him not being a police officer anymore. He was wounded and injured so badly that he couldn't go back to work. And that is, like, every cop will tell you right there and there. That is like, I would be heartbroken if I was injured to the point that I could not return back to work. And I couldn't be a cop anymore, even after 25 years.
That is, that's probably my biggest fear.
Yeah, so I want Night Cop 35 on this show. Now it's called Coffee with the Cop, and we're going to switch that banner to Coffee with Cops, because I want Night Cop to tell his story, and he has a video he shows, and I'm going to hopefully get a copy of that video to show here while he is here, so he could tell us all about what was going on. But show Night Cop 35 some love. He's on Twitch. He's a big Twitcher. He Twitches, I think, every day but Tuesday. So if you have a Twitch channel, go on over to his channel and definitely show him some love. So if we could get him to play video games, I'm sure he would, but he's like me. He's the old guy that can't play video games. So I think we can only have one old guy playing video games and sucking at it. So
much respect to him.
Oh, man. If you hear his story, Mike, oh, my God. It's heart-wrenching. It is heart-wrenching.
I've heard it.
Oh, it's heart-wrenching. Let's see here. Everyone's saying hi tonight. Cool. Armor 3 is currently on sale. Oh, I'll have to take a look at it then.
It usually goes on sale pretty often.
All right.
It's a good game, big game, but worth it.
All right. Okay, cool. Chris, looking forward to seeing any of the Detroit Become Human. We're getting there. Okay, so let's see here. I'm still scrolling down. Night Cop, Only Cops, thank you so much. You're my hero. When I grow up, I want to be just like you. Hey, Night, you got to get Only Cops on your show. You got to hook up with the Only Cops. You're going to love them on your show. Those two guys, Josh and Bill, are awesome. So you guys got to get on Only Cops. Reach out to Night Cop 35. Night Cop 35, reach out to Only Cops. You will love them. They are awesome.
They are fantastic. They're great guys.
There we go. There we go. Yes. Night Cop, thank you for your sacrifice. LOL, I suck at games. See, Night Cop will admit it. I think us old guys just admit that we just suck at games. See, Alfredo goes, hey, don't worry, Chris sucks too. Thanks, Alfredo.
Hey, Chris, you do good as a SWAT commander in Ready or Not, okay? Don't let anybody know.
That's because I have you guys.
In the back,
Yeah, I know.
you do a great job.
Well, I got Josh shooting me in my shoulder half the time, so.
Yeah. That's how they do in Texas, apparently.
Let's see here. Alfredo says they'll get Arma, Night Cop. Okay, Sternal's back from his his bathroom finally. Right? So we caught up. Sternal finally joined us at the coming up to the very end. So I'm gonna do some wrap up stuff with Michael here, and then we'll so we're gonna
stuff my face while we're doing this.
Yeah, that's all right. I got to go do the same thing before I head to work. So, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the end of our stream. We have been definitely going an hour and a half. I actually only had planned on going an hour. That's what I told Fox. But fortunately for you guys, a lot of questions were already posed before. A lot of questions came up in today's stream. And here's the thing. This channel's changing. I don't even know what I can even give you a direction it is going in. All I know is it's going in a very positive direction as collaboration has become 2022. 2022 is the year of collaboration. And it's working out because we have Michael here joining us for Coffee with the Cops. So it's no longer me just talking. Only Cops has joined us. SternalJet has joined us. SWAT Theory has joined us. Now Night Cop will be joining us. And we're going to be really giving you a perspective on law enforcement across the United States that you will definitely not be getting anywhere else, because we have not only active Leos, we have retired Leos, and then we have Leos who have been hurt and we're not allowed to go back to work. And that's Night Cop 35. That's a perspective like no other tomorrow. What we're going to do with all of this knowledge, experience, and expertise, I don't quite know yet, but we're going to definitely give you guys something where give you that backstage look of what really goes on in law enforcement. And thankfully with our brothers at Only Cops, they're allowed to say some stuff that most of us like Sternal, Michael, and I would love to say, but we just can't. And I'll give you a prime example of that. We all played Ready or Not the other day. And it got stupid. We were having fun. And at one point, I just decided that Producer Juan was in there. This was when Producer Juan was playing with us, and Producer Juan's with Only Cops. Everyone got taken out, and Producer Juan and I were left. And Producer Juan, we went around a corner, and I ended up shooting the suspect that had shot both Bill and Josh. But I shot him, and then I looked over, and then everyone else in the room, I just started shooting in the room. And then Producer Juan goes into the room, and I'm like, fuck it. I reload, and I lay into him, and I wiped out everybody in the room. And I had done a quick little clip of it, and I was going to post it on my Instagram. And as I was about to play or push the post button, I didn't. And the reason why was I knew I would get a plethora of hate saying, you think it's funny to shoot civilians? Oh, you think it's funny to shoot unarmed people in the room? Or you think it's funny to shoot your officer in the back? And it's just, guys, it's just a video game. And it's not saying that anyone in this chat would do that, because I know you guys know we just have fun. But it was anybody who did not know who I really am that would take that to the extreme. And I was just like, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the heartache. And you know what I ended up doing? I ended up sending the clip to Only Cops. They could do whatever they want to do with it. It's theirs, their property now. But that's the stuff that Michael, myself, and Sternal have to deal with.
Yeah, because we have to consider the public perception, because I mean, your audience knows who you are, and they know what you're about. But there are a lot of people, the internet being the way it is, they're gonna just stumble upon the video without context, and they're going to start drawing their own conclusions about what this snippet that's supposed to be funny and hilarious and that we all thought was amusing you know, it's a game. It's not real. It's not serious. We wouldn't do this stuff in real life. But some person is going to look at it out of context, has no idea who Chris is, and start making assumptions. And then that's how rumors spread. That's how his department gets involved, and then they're on him. Yeah, it's like we said in a past Coffee with the Cop, we lose certain First Amendment privileges when we become law enforcement. We
do. I want to quick shout out to Pong5062 for that super chat. Thank you again. That is so awesome. I really do appreciate it, because all of your super chats go right back into this channel. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing some upgrades here very, very soon, and that is definitely going to help. I definitely do appreciate it. Thank you very much. But yeah, Michael hit the nail on the head. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna give some shout outs of people that I want you to visit. Number one is NightCop35 on Twitch. If you have a Twitch channel or a Twitch account, head on over there and subscribe to NightCop35 and show him some love. Okay, you're gonna love his show. I love his show. I watch his show as much as I possibly can. I love his show. Also, head on over to Only Cops. Man, they are my brother from my brothers from another mother. I appreciate everything that they're doing for us, because they're doing a lot for us that you just will never understand, but only active Leos will understand. So,
and the good thing about Only Cops is they give out a lot of very educational, fun, but educational content for people that aren't in law enforcement. They do breakdowns of body camera footage. They do, you know, playing video games, the live streams and stuff like that. But they also do reactions to, you know, TV shows, anime, stuff like that, and give their law enforcement perspective on it as to how accurate it is and stuff like that. And it can be educational. It's good stuff. So definitely check out Only Cops.
So if you guys are watching this, by the way, Fox does a really great job of throwing everyone's links in there. So go back, click those links, and give people some love. Sternaljet does live stream on Twitch as well as on YouTube. He's just starting, and we definitely want to give him some love and help him build up his channel. And SWAT Theory is there. SWAT Theory does also a great job, so make sure you hit him up. So we got NightCop35, we have Only Cops, we have Sternaljet, we have SWAT Theory. Michael, are you doing anything yet, or no?
No, I'm just tagging along.
All right. Because I was going to throw him out there as well. I also want to say thank you to all the moderators. I want to say thank you to Alfredo and Saber, as well as my second in command, Fox. Fox, I want to tell you in front of everybody, that video that you did on my behalf for my 25th anniversary was the best gift that anyone could give me regarding my anniversary, because it was just very heartwarming. You and I have, this last couple of years, have really, become friends. And I appreciate everything that you do. You go out of your way for this channel. You go out of the way for the community, and it is awesome. And I just love the fact that you put that together, and it really touched me. And I want to tell that to everybody. If you have not watched Fox's video, the special announcement video, you're definitely going to want to watch it. Make a comment there, because it was flipping awesome. He sent me the link. I was not able to watch it till I got home, and when I got home, I was just like, holy shit, that was awesome. And that was actually this morning, but I was like, it was freaking awesome. So thanks again, Fox. Hey, Michael, go ahead.
There might be a roll in there too. I'm not gonna go any further than that.
Oh yeah.
No, April 1st, yeah.
Right. I love the Rick roll. The Rick roll got me too. I'm like, what? But I love the Rick rolls.
Man, I started. I knew it was coming because I had put my cursor over it and saw it.
Okay.
I knew it. I know it's coming, but as soon as that was, man.
Hey, Space joined us too. Space joined us, another moderator. Thanks, Space. I know sometimes you're not able to join us, but definitely thank you for joining us as well. Yeah, so take a look at the video, guys. And once again, I want to say thank you to the entire community. Let's see here. We have 55 likes, which is awesome. The likes will come in later, unfortunately, as this video is finally uploaded and everyone gets to watch. NightCop35, thank you for that super chat, man. You're going to be on the next Coffee with the Cops show. It's not as cool as the what is it? What's night show? The blue what? The Blue Zone. The Blue Zone. Yeah, it's not as cool. You took the Blue Zone. You ran with it. I love the Blue Zone. I gotta keep coffee with the cops. That's all I got. So, but yeah, we're gonna get Knight on here, and we're gonna have him tell his story, and nothing but love. But producer Juan, thank you very much, brother. It's a pleasure to know you. It's a pleasure to play games with you. Thank you for taking care of our boys over there. So I definitely do appreciate your super chat. And once again, Night Cop, I appreciate your super chat as well. And going back to ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you again for joining us. Because without you guys being here and joining us, we would have no audience, and basically this channel would not exist. So it exists because of you, and I definitely do appreciate it. Any final thoughts, Michael?
I got nothing.
All right. Well, that's going to end it for us. Stay tuned. I'm actually contemplating, and you'll hear it here first, I'm contemplating doing a Coffee with the Cop next Saturday, and the reason why is I kind of have to change up the Saturdays, and I think I'm going to make it the next Saturday, and then we'll go back to every other Saturday at that point, because the Saturday, my schedule kind of changed a wee bit, so I don't get home till 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's kind of hard to get up at 10, and obviously then I have to go to work. So yeah. I got to do it on the day that I get into bed a little bit earlier. So that would be next week. So stay tuned. And that's it. All right. Thanks. Hey, thanks, Sternal. Thanks, Only Cops. Thanks, Producer Juan. Thanks, NightCop35. Hey, Michael, thank you for taking some time out of your day as well and joining me. I definitely appreciate it. I mean, it is North Carolina, so what were you going to do? Like maybe...
Exactly.
Milk,
There's nothing here.
Milk your cow, or take the goats for a walk, or I'm just kidding. Yeah. I'm only kidding. Well, hey, we got to get we're gonna have to get an update from Michael, because Michael is in K9 school and he has 5 weeks left. So we got to get an update from him next week as well and see how things are going. But hey, Michael, good luck to you, man. You got 5 hard weeks to go. So
it's been fun though. It's been fun.
It has. I'm sure it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is it for this episode of Coffee with Cops. And look forward to the next one, which is going to have our guest of Night Cop 35, a Georgia retired police officer. And his story is epic, man. It is epic. Enough said. You're going to hear it from him. I'm not going to even talk about it because no
spoilers.
Yeah, he tells his story better. And then what better person to have. So don't forget to show everybody some love. And that'll be it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
All right.
Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. We're going to get through this bullshit COVID-19 together, but until then, I'll be in this chair with my buddy Grogu, guys like Michael, Sternal, SWAT, Only Cops, Fox, Saber, Space, Alfredo, all my other mods, and all of you. We're going to get all through this together. But remember, until the next time, we can make the world a better place by just helping one person at a time, and that could be with a simple smile. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, this is Chris the Cop and Michael saying peace.
Peace.
I gotta find my ending screen.
All right.
No, we're still on. Shut up.
Guys, don't
all
talk
right.
about it.